Unfortunately, that is the world we live in. A war breaks out in Europe. We feel effects here in South Asia. A mysterious virus pops up in China, and the whole world shuts down for 2 whole years. I am talking about the Wuhan virus. It's back in the news. We know China covered up the outbreak. We know they fudged the numbers. The question is, how big was the cover-up and who else was involved? Well, new documents say even the United States of America knew what was happening. Let me give you some background. A US watchdog has released 90 pages of official communication. Between whom? The State Department and the NIAID, that's the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. The same agency run by a certain Anthony Fauci. What do the documents reveal? Mainly 2 things. Number 1, US officials knew that China was hiding the real picture. And number 2, Fauci was actively helping the Wuhan Institute. Let's discuss the first revelation. How much did the Americans know? According to this email, a lot. It was sent from the US Embassy in China on January 8th, 2020. Still early days in the pandemic. Let me tell you what the email says. While PRC officials have released timely and open general information about the outbreak, a lot of epidemiological data, characteristics of infected individuals and other basic information hinders better risk assessment and response by public health officials. Let me put it in simpler words. China was not releasing the full picture. And the email goes on to say, authorities have also not released information on how they are defining a case. Given these gaps in detailed information to date and a lack of a final confirmed pathogen, the risk to the United States and global health is difficult to assess at this time. Who knew this information? 2 groups for certain, Fauci's Institute and the US State Department. They were both in the know. Neither raised an alarm in January 2020. They knew about the cover-up. They knew about the underreporting, yet they were silent. How are they responding now? With more silence. Fauci's agency has refused to comment so far. The State Department says you will find everything in our intel reports. Nothing more to add. That's revelation number 1. Revelation number 2 is this. US officials were actively helping the Wuhan Institute. And this dates back to 2017. The US government planned a joint research with the Wuhan lab. The same lab that is at the center of this controversy. This research involved 2 main tasks. Number 1, training scientists at the Wuhan lab. And number 2, collaboration on pandemic preparedness. I know it sounds ironic, but this is the reality. Since 2018, America and China were coordinating on pandemic response, on rapid detection of new viruses. 1 year later, a new virus did emerge. But this joint project did not help contain it. China went about hiding the outbreak, and America went about sending aimless emails. Let me quote another one, sent from the US Embassy. This was drafted in February 2018. Guess what it talks about? The dreaded bats. This is what it says. Bats harbor highly pathogenic viruses like Ebola, Marburg, and SARS coronavirus, but do not show clinical signs of disease. So Fauci knew everything. The experimentation on bats, the gain-of-function research, the cover-up by Beijing, yet none of this was revealed to the world. These emails were written in the first half of January. Here's what then-President Donald Trump was saying on the 24th, and I'm quoting again. China has been working very hard to contain the coronavirus. The United States greatly appreciates their efforts and transparency. What happened here? Did Anthony Fauci hide the news from Donald Trump? Did the State Department fail to brief the president? Either way, it must be investigated. China's lapses exported a deadly virus to the whole world. America's lapses may have well greased the wheels. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.